How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Southside Archer Park and tonight's contest between our visiting friends from Bishop Luers and your Southside Archers. At this time, we'll give you the starting lineups first for the Bishop Luers Knights. Number 1, a senior, Nick Freeman. Number 2, a sophomore, Karsten Ball. Number 5, a sophomore, Dakota Etz. Number 7, a senior, Vinny Cunnett. Number 9, a senior, John Hipskin. Number 10, a junior, Daniel Hughes. Number 13, a freshman, Carter Drake. Number 13, a junior, Carlos Alveciras. Number 15, a sophomore, Braleo Sanchez. Number 21, a junior, Julian Baltazar. And rounding up the lineup for John Myers Luers Knights is number 23, Aaron Rupright. And now your Southside Archers. Number 2, a senior, Alan Marquez. Number 3, a senior, Ung Thu. On defense, number 4, a junior, Ben Macias. Number 5, a senior, Jorge Ortega. Number 7, a senior, Daniel Maldonado. Number 8, a junior, Alejandro Buendia. Number 10, a junior, Gio Maldonado. Number 10, who switched with number 15, a junior, Christian Perez. Number 18, a junior, Juan Zamaripa. And number 19, a junior, Jackson Sir. The Archers are coached by Eddie Palmer. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first game, we already had the national anthem, so we're going to turn the field over for competition to the referees assigned to us by the IHSAA. I encourage you fans to show great sportsmanship, not only to the fans in the stands, but also to the players, the coaches, and of course, to our officials assigned to us by the IHSAA. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to this broadcast. My name is Michael Mortensen. I'll be your play-by-play announcer. Our videographer tonight is David Mortensen. The Bishop Luers Knights, who are in black with gray letters, or actually numbers. They are 2-1-1 on the season. The Archers in white tops with Kelly green shorts with green letters are 1-4-1. They're 1-2 in the SAC. The Archers have are in a rebuilding mode. They lost all but 3 of their starters from last year, so the officials are are ready. Both goalies have been notified, and that's the signal for play to begin here at Southside Archer Park, where we're thankful that you've joined us here on SummitCitySports.com. Archer's on the far side. The ball's going to go out to touch, where I believe it's going to be Luers. Actually, the ball went one way and my eyes went the other, and so it's actually going to be the Archers throwing it in to big number 7, Maldonado. And again, it's out to touch, and the Archers will throw it back in. Juan Zamaripa. Zamaripa to Maldonado, crosses to number 8. It was shot just wide of the goal. That was Buendia. Buendia is one of the leading scorers for the Archers. Goalie for the Knights will do a goal kick. Just pooches it over to Ruprecht. Back to his goalie, 0-0. Maldonado over to Buendia, up on in the far corner. Now back into the middle. The defense for the Knights tries to kick it out. That's number 10, Hughes. The Knights are led by John Hipskin, their leading scorer, 4 or 5 goals on the season, I understand. Buendia tries to get it to number 19, Sir, who played last year for the Knights, but then transferred to Southside. Alvarez all the way up, but Marcias punches it back. Now it's going to come back into the Archer zone, and a nice run by number 9, Hipskin. You can see with his speed that he could be a pain in the side of the Archers tonight. Does get kicked out of play, and so out to touch will be number 2, Karsten Ball, a sophomore who will throw it in. Throw it into the box, and Ben Macias is there to knock it out. I believe that's going to set up the first corner kick for the evening for the Knights. I believe in goal tonight for the Knights on the opposite side of the field is Etz. That's Dakota Etz as a sophomore. Into the box, and Perez gets a head on it, knocks it out to touch. Right back into the box, and Martinez fights his way around number 2, Ball, and is able to get that ball, and now he's going to kick it out. So the Knights have been aggressive, and oh my goodness, that was a whale of a kick by Martinez. And the Archers are going to shoot. Oh, it's stopped by the defense. And the Archers continue to shoot, and number 7, Daniel Maldonado, scores. Ladies and gentlemen, the Archer goal with 36-12 in the first period. Number 7, Daniel Maldonado. If you haven't figured out, folks, I'm doing a little double duty tonight. I do generally announce the Southside matches at home, but in addition, I broadcast them as well. So again, we're thankful that you have joined us here at Southside Archer Park in this game brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine as well as Sports Center, and we'll tell you a little bit more about their partnership and those companies and organizations here in a little bit. Meanwhile, number 4, Ben Macias, leaves it there on the sideline for number 23, Aaron Ruprecht, a senior, to throw it in.
Start the clock.
We need to start the clock. And a momentary stoppage of play. Got that started again. That last goal that Maldonado punched in was set up by Abe Martinez, who just booted that ball probably a good 60 yards. And with the hardness of the field, the ball bounced and led to 2 good shots. The defense was back, but they just had one too many rebounds and could not keep that ball from going in. Out to touch into number 15, Sanchez. Referee says, nope, boys, needs to go the opposite direction. So Thu's going to throw it in to Ortega. Gets tipped out by number 15, Sanchez of Luers. Sir jumps, misses. Out to touch, though, for the Archers will be Zamaripa. He hands it to number 3, Thu. Thu now throws it in. Nice hard throw. It hits off Freeman and goes out of bounds or out to touch once again. So finally they go backwards a little bit. And Buendia is going to have it, get it into the middle. And Etz is going to chase this ball down for the Knights, and it'll be a goal kick. It's a beautiful evening here at Southside Archer Park. The sun is just starting to set, but boy, it is warm and humid. So we most likely will have a hydration break sometime between now and the end of this first half, just to give the boys a little hydration to keep them healthy, something that the IHSAA has put into effect at most of these games. Nice left foot for the Archers. I believe that was Sir, and he comes just right of the goal. And Etz for Luers in the nice green jersey with 00 on the back will put it into play. Marquez up to Maldonado. Maldonado over to the near side. Well, Balcazar kicks it to his teammate Sanchez. Sanchez up to a freshman, Carter Drake. One of the few freshmen that has an opportunity to play for the Knights. And the ball's going to be out to touch, where the Knights will throw it in. Nice redirection, but nice defense by Macias. Macias just boots that ball out of danger. Coach Eddie Palmer on the sidelines hands it back off to Freeman. Freeman is going to throw it in to Hipskin. Watch him, he's number 9, leading scorer for the Knights. Now to Macias. Challenge of the play by Drake. Archers continue to keep possession, and yet they're going to knock it out to touch, and Freeman is going to start it, giving it to number 15, Sanchez. Sanchez up, but it's headed off by Marquez. Hughes for Luers. Gets intercepted by 15. That's Maldonado. Up where Maldonado for the Archers is keeping the pressure on. Over to Sir. Now in the corner, it's Perez. It's going to set up a corner kick for the Archers. Archers are out of the box now, running toward the goal as the ball comes in, goes over everyone, and Luers is going to now take it the other way. Baltazar up to Hughes. Hughes coming down, no one in front of him, but behind him, number 7, Maldonado chases him down. Little collision at the middle of the field. Thu goes down. No stoppage of play. Referee says continue to play, but it will be a free kick on the foul for the Archers. Looks like Coach Myers had a couple questions for the official. Got that resolved, and now Maldonado, Gio Maldonado. Back to Marquez. Marquez over to Thu. Thu back to Martinez. Can't pick that ball up, and he doesn't. Macias now to Maldonado, Gio. Gio is going to put it in the corner where Sir tries to chase it down, and Freeman just booches it out to touch. So the Archers, Juan Zamaripa is going to throw it in. Buendia up to Ortega. Ortega to Sir. Sir back. Nice kick by Christian Perez. Still get a little bit confused occasionally, fans, because Gio Maldonado and number 10, Christian Perez, have switched uniforms, numbers. So I get used to calling them by one number. Gio Maldonado did not play earlier in the season due to an injury, and so sometimes I get occasionally mixed up. Sir over to Perez. Perez to Gio Maldonado. Nice quick shot, but it goes just left of the goal, with the Archers leading at this point 1-0 with 28:09 left in the first period here at Southside Archer Park. Fans, don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. You can find Summit City Sports on Facebook, as well as you can subscribe to our Summit City Sports YouTube channel as well and watch all of these games. Make sure you share them with your friends, and let Parkview Sports Medicine as well as Sports Center know that you appreciate their partnering and sponsorship of these broadcasts. Marquez, quick kick up to Perez, now to Macias. Macias tries to get it to Sir, but it's intercepted, and the ball is going to go out to touch for the Archers. Number 10, Christian Perez, throws it in, up to like there was a foul called in the box, so that's going to set up a free kick, a penalty kick. Clock is going to stop now with 26:39, and number 10, Christian Perez, is going to take this penalty shot. Official giving some instructions to Etz. The Archers are already up 1-0. This could be a crucial goal. Southside goal, number 10, Christian Perez. So with 26:39 left here in the first half at Southside Archer Park, the Archers have taken a quick 2-0 lead. The Archers have not had a lot of success in scoring this year, with the exception of, well, not even against Snyder, which they won in PKs 5-4. So I'm sure for Eddie Palmer, this is a good sign to see a quick 2-0 lead here at Southside Archer Park. Daniel Maldonado had the first score, and now Christian Perez. Sir back to Ortega, past him, now to number 8, Buendia. Buendia up. It's going to send everyone running into the far corner. Maldonado's going to place pressure, and actually it's going to go off of him out to touch, where the Knights will throw it back into play. 25:37 left. Plenty of time. Official's going to call a free kick for the Knights. They quickly put it into play. That's Conant. But the Archers turn it around, and nice left boot by Maldonado. Tries to get it up to Sir. Good defense by Conant to get it out of danger. Ortega gets a foot on it for the Archers, but number 7, Conant, continues to press forward, and the official blows his whistle to give a free kick to number 2, Karsten Ball. And he's just going to drop it and let Nick Freeman, a senior, pass it up to number 13, Alvarez. It's going to go out to touch, where number 3, Ong Thu, is going to throw it in. 24:37 left in the first half. Archers up 2-0. Looks like we could have our first substitution of the evening coming in for the Knights. Nice footwork by Maldonado. Up with a sprinting number 10, Christian Perez, who's already scored. He's going to put it back in the middle, and by head, Sir hit it with his head, but couldn't get a shot on goal. So great hustle by number 10 for the Archers. And the ball is just going to be kicked out of play. So here comes a substitution for Bishop Luers. Into the lineup for your Bishop Luers Knights, John Podge. Podge actually has a much longer name, but he just said that he wants to be called Podge. So the official just checked to make sure that the protective device that's on his left arm is within regulation. Archer's going to try to set it up. Marquez over to the corner. Now to Sir. Sir looking, dribbles, and a nice high shot. Southside goal, number 19, Jackson Sir. So that's the third Archer goal here with 22:48 remaining in the first half. And it's just a surprise 3-0 lead for the Archers. shared earlier, Sir last year was on the roster for the Knights. So the Knights have definitely dug themselves in a hole. Gio Maldonado takes that. Now out to touch. And we'll try it again with 22:07 left in the first half. Buendia kicks it up, but the official's going to say that someone was on his back, so it's going to set up a free kick for the Archers, up 3-0 over the Bishop Luers Knights, 21:43 left in the first half. Twilight's just falling. Soon the lights will be in full effect. Again, the Archers on the offense. And number 18, Juan Zamaripa, he decided he wanted to get in the action as well, but it just goes off his head to the right. Elvis Ochoa into the lineup for the Archers in number 11. So, ooh. I always give Elvis a hard time, saying Elvis is in the building. Elvis, bigger guy and is quite aggressive, and gets it over to number 10, Christian Perez. Perez back to Ortega. Ortega out to Gio Maldonado. Gio looking. Up to Zamaripa. Zamaripa crosses. It's going to go over everyone. Well, no. Oh, amazing header by Elvis, and that was number 10. Woo! Christian Perez just almost got it in, and then there was another outstanding shot from the outside. The Archers have just been ferocious on offense tonight, like a dog on a bone. Now back, setting it up again. The Archer defense, you can see, is pressed way up, and doesn't seem like the Knights have been able to get any type of pressure. So they're going to cross it over to number 3, Thu. Thu. Now back to Marquez, who puts it in, but it's a header by number 13, Carlos Alvarez. Thu. Over to number 15, Gio Maldonado. Now Marquez up, tries to get to Talchoa, but it's taken away. And then little conversation between number 8, Buendia, and number 12, Carter Drake. Buendia, junior, Drake, a freshman, so I'm sure they were just giving words of welcome to the new freshman. 18:40 left. Ball's they're gonna give a free kick to Karsten Ball. Looks like he's gonna put his left foot into it. Be up for grabs, and it's going to go to the left side of the goal post, and it's going to be a corner kick once again for the Knights. Two 15s go after it in the middle, and now it's back to the defense. They try to pass it up to Potts. Buendia gets it out, then it's by the sweeper. Canet is going to kick it back in, or actually header it back in. The Knights are trying to get it up. It's going to go out to touch for Ball to throw in. He's going to pass it back to number 23, Aaron Rupright. He throws it in, and Gio Maldonado is going to get it out. Official blows his whistle now with 17:09. 2 substitutions soon for the Archers. It's going to be Gregory Adams and Raul Vidal after play resumes when substitutions are called in. It's going to be out to touch to the Knights. Number 12, Drake, is going to throw it in. Almost there for Ball, but number 10, Christian Perez, is there to get it out of danger, but back, throw it in. And this time, it's going to come to Abe Martinez, and he's just going to kick that ball out of there. The official has a little conversation with the Knights. Sure, they're getting just a little bit frustrated with being down 3-0 with 16:04 left in this first half. And once again, Martinez just booms it. And Etz for Luers is going to stop it and get it to go the other way. Thu. Now back in the middle. The Knights are going to try to get it up to number 21, Baltazar. Baltazar is confronted there by Macias. Macias takes it away, tries to get it up to Maldonado, Gio, and they play a little give and go, but they're going to call a foul. And I believe that's going to be Bishop Luers' free kick. $15:09 left here in the first half. Number 12, Carter Drake's going to take the free kick. Alpha Silchoa, the lone Archer defender. $14:41. Official blows his whistle. Drake drills it in. And for the Archers, number 8, Buendia, just uses his head and knocks it out of bounds. So it's going to set up a corner kick here on the near side. Drake, again, will kick it in. A nice play by Freeman, but it's knocked away by the Archer defense. The Knights trying to keep it in, and yet the Archers have been aggressive, and perhaps a little bit too aggressive there by Ochoa, as there's going to be another free kick given. Number 9 for the Archers, I believe that's Edo, or that could be number 8, Buendia. Ask about it. It's going to set up another free kick. There's been a lot of physical play in tonight's match with 13:38 left, with the Archers up 3-0 here at Southside Archer Park. Thank you for joining us once again in this broadcast brought to you by Summit City Sports, Parkview Sports Medicine, and Sports Center. Nice hard kick through the middle, but the Archer defense was there. Rupright tries to get it over, is unsuccessful, and now he's going to try to chase it down, and Perez has it. He's going to kick it over to Marquez. Marquez to 5, Ortega. Ortega's probably going to come back to Macias. Macias back to Marquez. 12:56 left in the half. tries to get it up to number 21, Baltazar, but they're unsuccessful, and the Archers clear the field. Ruprecht, a senior, tries to boot it the other way, is unsuccessful, and so that's going to lead to 3 substitutions for the Archers. Into the Archer lineup, number 12, Ethan Meston. Number 14, Greg Adams. And number 17, Raul Bidal. Adams, a junior, nice orange shoes, throws it in, gets it to Buendia. Buendia up in the corner where Bidal's going to chase it down, but Freeman's going to be there to put it out to touch. Another substitution, it appears, will be coming in. Archer substitution, number 6, Juan Flores. Flores is a junior. Flores just in, kicks it to Freeman. Freeman sends it. And number 2, Marquez is right there. The Archer defense playing up with that offside trap. Multiple players going for the ball, and the official's going to blow a whistle again. Have a little discussion with both boys just to make sure they're not too overzealous in their play. So Alvarez is going to take the free kick. Now with 10:55, passes it over to Conant. Conant's going to send it in. Nice high ball, no offense, or no offsides called. And it looks like there's going to be a yellow card called. And I think that's going to be a red card is actually called on Martinez, the goalie for the Archers. I must say, that's a little hard to believe. Abe Martinez has been an outstanding goalie. There was no yellow card at all, no warning, but gives at the 10:36 mark of this game, Abe Martinez a red card. Martinez is going to sit down, and it appears that the official is saying that Martinez used his elbow to strike the Luers player. So that would leave number 1, I believe, Juan Sanchez, a junior, to come in for the Archers here with 10:36, and the Archers up by 3. The official and Coach Eddie Palmer still conferring with 10:36 left here in the first half about that call. Well, during this timeout, we want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine, as they are proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provide a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsports.com. I believe at this time the officials are going to call for a hydration break here at Southside Archer Park, so we're going to take a brief timeout here as well, and give these players a chance to get some liquid, and then we'll restart the first half here with 10:36 left in the first half in just a few moments. Well, we're going to resume play here with a penalty kick going to be taken by Carter Drake, the freshman, on a new goalie for the Archers. Just before the hydration break, there was a red card with no warning given to the Archer goalie, Abe Martinez. I'm not suggesting that that's not permissible. They obviously know the rules. We appreciate the officials. Just had not seen that before, so what a way to come into a game for the Southside Archer goalie. And he stops it, and the crowd goes nuts for the Archers. What an amazing stop for the Southside Archer goalie. I think that's Juan Sanchez, but I'm not exactly sure. Sanchez has had some injuries this year. I'll have to check at halftime to see who the goalie is. Now the Archers are back on offense. They kick it in, and Etz for Bishop Luers gets it out in a hurry and throws it out to Potts. I believe I'm at least told that Ben Macias is now the goalkeeper. Jorge Ortega is now the goalie for Southside. So Ortega in goal, and wow, what an amazing way to start. This penalty that the officials called has certainly fired up the Southside faithful. 9:24 left in this first half here at Southside Archer Park, where the Archers are up 3-0. If that truly is Ortega in goal, he's a senior. Kick it away, try to get it to Maldonado. There's actually two Maldonados on the Archers. We've got Gio Maldonado, who's a junior, and we have number 7, Daniel Maldonado, who has scored one of the Archers' 3 goals today. We have 2 new Archers into the lineup. I believe one is Edo. They have 2 players that have played on JV before that have been called up, and I believe one is Edo, and I'm not sure I see the other on the roster. So again, we'll have to check at halftime to see. We also had another substitution for the for the Bishop Luers Knights. So at 7:47, a little excitement here in this game with the Archers up 3-0 over Bishop Luers, who is 2-1-1. The Archers only 1-4. So, but I'm sure the Archers, this is a big game to them. Oftentimes, this is called the Calhoun Corridor competition, and anytime the 2 schools get together for any sports, whether it's on the pitch or in the court, tends to be great fan support. It's always a good evening when so many fans come out to support these 2 teams. Official once again is going to call a free kick. I believe Baltazar, a junior, is going to kick it in. Nice high kick, and outstanding try by John Hopskin, the senior leading scorer for Bishop Luers. Into the lineup, number 17, William Huth for the Knights. Huth family has a great tradition of service at Bishop Luers. And Adams takes a hard shot off his chest, but doesn't flinch, but the ball does go out to touch for number 23, Ruprecht, to throw it in. Maston comes in, try to knock it out. Maston over to number 27, over to 13, Alvarez for the Knights. Back to number 2, Marquez. So showing some persistency and trying to get that ball away. The ball has been down in the Archer's zone much more frequently here recently. And now off to the races. Edo heads over, passes the ball now to number 29. Now up to Adams. Adams and the defender for the Knights, which I cannot see his number. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. So with 5:10 left in the first half, the Archers are up 3-0 in a surprise, I think, at least in terms of record. Eddie Palmer has to be quite pleased with the start of this match for his team. The Knights give it up. Maston up to 29. 29 goes the other way. Up to So fancy footwork, tries to pass it on over to 29. And the ball's going to go in the corner where the Archers continue to be aggressive and trying to get that ball in the net. So shoots! And just knocked out of there by Etz. Boy, nice play by the Bishop Luers goalie who came out and kicked that out. It's going to set up a corner kick for the Archers. Left-footed boot. Comes in at 29, who just sends it over the goal. Fans, please welcome freshman number 24, Sam Schenkel. Sam Schenkel obviously has his own cheering section, has some of the Bishop Luers girls, I might add, were quite vocal when his name was announced. Schenkel's just a freshman. His brother was one of the star players for the Knights, now a sophomore at Wabash College. Freeman tries to cross it now to Schenkel. Schenkel passes it back to number 23, Ruprecht. Now back up to Schenkel. Maston tries to get it away, clears it, but he doesn't get quite there. And John Hipskin, who the Archers have really kept from playing perhaps his game. And a nice defense. And it comes back to the Archers. Alchoa to Riel Bidel. And then a nice kick right up into the chest of the Knights, but the Archers are there. I think that's Flores flying down the right-hand side, down the middle, looking up front. Not offsides called, and they're going to pass it to the right. And So is going to almost get a shot, and it appeared that he was knocked down, but no call. And so it will be a corner kick, I believe, for the Archers with 2:02 left here in the first half, with the Archers up 3-0, or officially 3-0. Getting a little harder to see on that far end of the pitch. Nice kick into the middle, but right into the arms of Dakota Etz, the sophomore goalie for Bishop Luers. Real Alvarez is now in for the Knights. And once again, some aggressive play. This time the officials going to call Flores for the foul, and that's going to set up a free kick with 1:14 left in the first half. here at a very hot and sultry Southside Archer Park. One minute. Out to touch will be the Bishop Luers Knights with just 35 seconds. Thrown into the middle, nice play, but Macias or Marquez is there to take it out to touch. And number 23, Ruprecht's going to try to get it in now with 22 seconds. And an amazing attempt on goal. I believe that was number 10, Daniel Hughes, flying in, but it goes wide right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, fans, that's the end of the first half with the Archers leading the Bishop Luers Knights 3-0 here at Southside Archer Park. We're going to take a break. You take a break, go get something to eat or drink, and we'll be back at you with second half action of Southside versus Bishop Luers. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, SummitCitySports.com, Parkview Sports Medicine, and Sports Center, Inc. Here in Fort Wayne, our premier sporting goods dealer offering equipment, rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center, Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46807. We'll see you here after the half. Once again, thanks for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Southside Archer Park, where the Archers have a 3-0 lead over the Bishop Luers Knights. I did find out who the mystery players were for the Southside Archers. Number 27 is Saar. Saar plays on the JV as well as the varsity. And then number 29 is Edo. So we'll try to keep those updated for you now if they get back into the match. So with just the start of the second half here at Southside Archer Park, the lights taking full effect, the Archers are up 3-0. Had goals at the 36-minute mark, the 26:39 mark, and the 22:48 mark. Knights trying to keep the ball in their toward their goal, and but they're having a difficult time. Looks like So is going to bring it over to Bidal. Bidal back to Oo. Now into the corner where it's going to go out to touch, and Freeman, Nick Freeman, a senior, is going to throw it back in. There was a red card called on the Southside goalie, and kind of a surprise move earlier in the game. And immediately after that, the Knights had a penalty kick, and the new goalie for the Archers, Jorge Ortega, his first shot he stops, and that was really a boost for the Archers. Back to the sweeper, Connet. Connet looking, kicks it way up into the corner. No offsides called, and that's where Ortega is to pick it up, and he's going to boot it out to get it out of danger. Freeman uses his head, knocks it over to Oo of the Archers. Now Elvis Ochoa to Oo. Ricochets now back into Oo. Now up. Number 29, Edo, going to apply pressure, but the Bishop Luers goalie, Etz, is out to stop that ball and out of play or out to touch. Will be Freeman throwing it in for Bishop Luers. Once again, we welcome you. If you're just joining us, we thank you to Parkview Sports Medicine and a Sports Center for your sponsorship of tonight's match. We're SummitCitySports.com. You can reach us on Facebook, where you can like us. You can stay in touch with the games at 260 Sports on Twitter, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Nice play by number 15, Sanchez, but it's eventually taken away. Big kick and a whiff by Elvis, and it's going to be out to touch, where Freeman's going to look to throw it in, as the Knights need a goal here with 36-28 in the second half. Archers continue to just kick it out to touch. This time, instead of Freeman, Karsten Ball is actually going to hand it off to number 12, Carter Drake, a freshman. And it's going to eventually just go up to Ortega, and he's going to roll the ball out to his offense that heads quickly across the middle of the pitch line. That's number 17, Raul Bidal, confronted by the defense of Bishop Luers. Out to touch now, back to Ochoa, Elvis. Elvis is in the building, passes it over to Adams. Adams ricochets around. Czar chases it down, but the Knights control it. But it hits So twice, and the Knights finally are able to kick it into the zone. And it's going to go out to touch, where Greg Adams for the Archers is going to throw it in quickly to Elvis. Elvis dribbles, kicks it back to Ortega, the reserve goalie. Now, number 29, Edo. Edo trying to get it up to Bidal, but it's taken away by Freeman. Now back to the defender, number 7, Conant, who's going to pass it back to his goalie, Etz. Etz passes it up and over to number 21, Baltazar. Greg Adams throws it in, tries to get it to Bidal, but Freeman, with nice speed, gets it up to his captain, number 9, John Hipskin. Hipskin is the number 1 scorer for Luers, but he's been held in check tonight. Nice big boot across the field, where number 10, Daniel Hughes, kicks it out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick for Ortega. Ortega doesn't quite have the leg that Abe Martinez has, but he does get it out of there, and Elvis Ochoa kicks it up to Freeman. Freeman kicks it back. Now back to the defense, who kicks it way up. Both the Archer and the Knight go up for it. Back to the Archer defense. Czar kicks it up, but it's taken by Freeman. Freeman then kicks it to Juan Ortega. Ortega is going to pass it to number 27, Czar, and Czar just kicks it out to touch. And so I'm guessing that Freeman is going to throw it in. Substitutions for your Knights. John Pudge in for the Knights, as well as number 24, Sam Schenkel. Sam has his groupies down in front, along with his parents are here tonight. We appreciate seeing them. Great ambassadors in this community, owners of Shawnee Construction. Nice defense by number 23, Ruprecht, to get it out of dangers. Kicks it up to Drake, the freshman. Drake tries to boot it up, but it's deflected. And now it ends up in the official's hands, and he just places the ball down, and they are going to restart with 31:54 left here in the second half, with the Archers up 3-0. Go in the corner where Adams being chased down by Hughes. Gives it to the other Archer defender. Now back in the corner where Hughes is trying to track that ball down. And Adams is going to be out to touch. He's going to throw that in. Again, it's as it gets later in the evening, it's a little harder to see the numbers across the field here at Southside Archer Park. Trust you're enjoying the ball game. Good crowd, both from Southside and Bishop Luers. Always good to see the seats filled here at Southside Archer Park. It's going to be a free kick for Adams. Going to send it up to Czar. Kicked around. Schenkel got his foot on it. Now he's chasing it down. It's going to be out to touch. And the Ryu Bidel is going to throw it back in, but it's taken by the Saints, or excuse me, the Knights. Oh, a ricocheted off of one of the Archers and misdirected, but yet fortunately for the Archers, Ortega with 30-12 left in the half, and in this game, he's there to pull it in. That could have been disastrous for the Archers, but the goalie, who's just come in, has done a fine job stopping the 2 or 3 shots that he's faced. Adams is going to get taken away by the Knight. That far side, they're just trying to get it out of there, and so out to touch with the Luers coaching staff kind of putting their hands up in the air going, you know, what do we need to do, fellas? And ball's going to go out to touch. It's going to belong to the Knights. Hopefully your eyesight is better than mine. You can see across the field. Nice throw in. Nice header. I believe that was by Alchoa Elvis. And so that's going to set up a corner kick. Number 9, John Hipshkin, who's been kept scoreless in this game, even though in the 4 games that Luers has played, he scored 5 goals. Archer's defense have kept him in check. He's going to try a header, and it's going to go in. Bishop Luers goal at the 28:41 mark of the second half is scored, I believe, by number 9, John Hipshkin. Just as I was saying, the Archers are going to keep him in check. Hipshkin says, not anymore. The officials are going to ask us to stop the clock, and our keeper has stopped the clock. A few boys tying each other's shoes out there in the middle of the pitch. Number 8, John Podge, getting his shoe tied. He really is kind of limited in what he can do with that brace on his leg. See what kind of energy that goal will give to the Knights, down just 3-1. Freeman throws it into Schenkel. Schenkel definitely looks like his brother Andrew, maybe just a little bit taller. He's a freshman. Schenkel's brother was definitely one of the top defenders for the Knights a couple years ago. Freeman's going to try to get that ball in, but Elvis Ochoa is just going to boot it out up to Gio Maldonado. Gio with some fancy footwork tries to get it up to the speedy Ooh, but it's punched back to the defense for the Knights. Now back to the middle to Buendia, one of the top scorers for the Archers. So Ooh is taken away, but he gets it back. Now over to Bidal. Bidal gets taken. The ball is taken away by Schenkel. Pass to a defender, but then it's going to be out the touch, and we've got 2 substitutions coming in for the Archers. 2 substitutions in for the Archers. Number 19, Jackson Sir. And number 15, Gio Maldonado. Vidal is going to throw it into Maldonado. Trying to get it out with the right foot to nice kick by Buendia, but just goes over the crossbar. 2 more substitutions for your Archers. Number 10, Christian Perez. And unfortunately, fans, I can't see who the other substitution was. Goalie for Luers is just going to send it over to his defender, Freeman, but it's going to get taken away. But now the Knights have regained. Drake, the freshman, pitches it up. Nice speedy defense by the Archers. Will knock it out to touch. Ball put back in play. Nice centering ball. And Podge was hoping he could turn and kick and just comes up short. And again, the reserve goalie for the Archers, Ortega, gets it out. Gio Maldonado over to Buendia. Now back up into the corner where Maldonado, he's quick, but he's at number 7 finally. Conant just going to kick it out of play, out to touch, and the Archers are going to have that ball. There is a player down. There's 2 substitutions coming in for the Knights. Number 17, William Huth, in for the Knights. .24-11 left here in the second half. Archers up 3-1. Nice play by Eds, bouncing the ball. Kind of dangerous with the Southside Archer Maldonado coming up from behind. Both boys at the middle of the pitch go up for it. They miss, but Hebskin, watch him. He's a very talented player. Has a nice left boot, but it's stopped nicely by number 2, Marquez. And the ball's going to go out to touch where the Luers Knights are going to throw it in. Two substitutions in for the Knights. Nearly impossible to see their numbers at this juncture of the evening. Number 19, Antonio Nino. Nino in for the Bishop Luers Knights. Ruprecht trying to chase it down, being approached by Sir, former teammates. And now the Knights are going to throw it in, and Schenkel's going to go in the corner, try to turn it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Due to a post, I couldn't see who that was, but it must have been off the Archers, because I think it's going to set up a corner kick with 22:32 left in the match, with the Archers up 3-1. Nope, not a corner kick, just a throw-in. Some pressure on the goal by Schenkel, but come back to Freeman. He's going to kick it, and it's going to go off the side of the net. So both teams will sprint back to the middle of the pitch, while Ortega, backup goalie for the Archers, is going to place the ball down for a goal kick. Gets the ball away. First touch is by William Huth. Almost had a nice shot on goal, but Marquez, who's able to kick it out, goes all the way back to the defense, where Freeman knocks it back into his zone. Now Maldonado with the charging on the left-hand side is probably and now we're going to go in the corner, where Sir actually is almost ready to kick that ball with the goalie that far out for Luers, but I believe that's Dakota Etz is able to get it out of danger with 21 minutes left in the game. Nice footwork by the Archer offensive player. Tries to get it out to the middle. It's going to be taken away by Bishop Luers. Now Gio Maldonado looking back to Marquez. It's going to get taken away by number 8, Podge. Now taken away again by Christian Perez, trying to center it. Gets it to Buendia. Buendia still being aggressive and trying to chase that ball down. Again, one of the top Archer scorers. He's going to take a right boot, and he's going to be right on goal. But Dakota Etz is there for the Knights. Etz passes it over here to the near side, where Freeman looking, pressured by Maldonado. And as a result, Maldonado's going to get it back, tries to pass it up to number 5, Ortega. Now multiple players getting in on the action. Nice misdirection there by Buendia, and it's finally going to go out to touch with 19:31 left in the match. Last score was by Bishop Luers. That was with 28:30 in the second half. All 3 Archer goals were scored in the first half. Perez, nice boot, but the defense is there. Ball's going to come out with number 21, Baltazar, all the way back, and number 4, one of the top defenders, Macias, is going to kick it out. And so it'll be out to touch for Schenkel to throw it in, and we're going to have 2 substitutions for the Bishop Luers Knights. Number 9, John Hipschken, back in for the Knights. And I believe that's number 10, Daniel Hughes. Hughes is a junior. Hipschken is a senior. Stolen away by Maldonado. Back to Marquez, but it's taken away by number 21, Baltazar. Now over to 2, ball for number 3, Thu, for the Archers. Just going to kick that out to touch. And Bishop Luers is going to get it back into play, but the Archers are going to take it. Maldonado's coming down. He's got a player on the left-hand side. He's going to slow things up just a little bit. Then he's going to throw it in. And Freeman's just going to knock it out to touch, where the Archers will be able to throw it in. See if they give time for the defense to settle. They don't. Maldonado sends it back. 17-26. Up to one of the defensive specialists for the Archers, number 4, Macias, but he loses it, and back up to Hipshkin. Deflected by number 8, Buendia. Now it's going to come the other way. The Archer's going to go into the corner, and the official's going to call foul and say that it belongs to the Archers. Free kick. He'll back the Bishop Luers Knights up 10 spaces. Or maybe I should say 10 paces. (16:38). Archers leading 3-1. Looks like Sir could take this, and he does. Oh, he runs past it. Nice shot and block by Dakota Etz. Archers in the corner. One of the Bishop Luers Knights goes flying. That's number 2, Ball. Now back to the Archer defense. Macias. Nice footwork. Looks like he's going to pass it up to number 18, Zemaripa. Zemaripa is going to try to kick it on goal. It's deflected. That's going to leave number 8, Buendia, chasing it down, but out to touch will be number 23, I believe, Rupright. And we've got 2 substitutions, maybe 3. I know, I can tell the one very easily. It's John Podge comes back in for the Knights. He's easy to determine with that big left-handed cast on his left side. I guess that's a little redundant to say left-handed cast on his left side, but I think you know what I mean. With 15:06 left, trying to center it. Perez was close, but the defense of the Knights gets it out. Now they're going to try to head the other way, led by Drake, the freshman. He kicks it up, and it's taken by Thu. Thu tries to get it up, but it's taken away. Now back to the defense. Number 23, Rupright, tries to kick it in, but Thu's there. Thu dribbling it up on the left-hand side. Now passes it into the middle. Speeding down on this right-hand side is Christian Perez. No offsides called. Let's see if he'll get to it. He's going to try to kick it in the middle, and the Knights are just going to headbutt it out. That's number 7, Benny Cornett. We have 2 substitutions, one for the Archers and one for the Knights. Appears that the substitution for the Archers will be Juan Flores. And we have a Knight into the lineup as well. Looks like number 14. Actually, it can't be numbered 14. Not sure who that is, fans. The Archer's going to throw it in. Flores trying to get that ball in the middle. Nice defense by number 23. Uses his head, Rupert, the senior, to knock that out to touch. And the Archers will try again with Christian Perez throwing it in. The Knight defenders quickly get it out. Macias is back to keep it, but the Knights get it up. Nice left-handed or right foot back boot by number 8, Podge, but it's going to go out of play. And the Archers are, the fans at least, are a little upset. That was called out to touch for the Knights. Benny Connet is going to kick it in. There was actually, what didn't go out, there was a free kick, so there was a foul. Trying to get it up to Flores. Flores is speeding up the left-hand side. He's going to slow it down, look for Maldonado, and the referee is going to say, nope, boys, it goes the other direction. Now quickly the other way, the Knights know that they've only got 12-13 left in this game, and they're down 3-1. Knights throw it in, and the Archer defense midfielder punches it out with his head. Podge shoots and goes wide left. So that's going to set up a goal kick. We once again want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their partnership in supporting IHSAA sports here in Northeast Indiana. They provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. If you have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, or more, we've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. While I was reading that, the Knights were able to get a shot on goal, but Ortega was right there. Now Thu sends it up. Freeman sends it back the other way. Christian Perez using his body to try to get back to Maldonado. Maldonado and Hipschkin go after it. No call made. Both boys competing fairly. Now passed over to the right-hand side where Sam Schenkel just comes up short in getting it, but the Archers throw it back in, and Freeman's able to steal that ball away from Flores, and the referee is going to whistle the other way with 10:25 left here in the second half. Freeman, who's been very active tonight, he loses it, and going to be up to Buendia, and Buendia is tackled, no call made by number 7, Connet. Lays down on the ground a little bit, see if he get a little sympathy points, and no can do, says the officials. Let's play. Looks like we're going to have massive substitutions here in a moment. 3 or 4 for the Knights, and at least 2 or maybe 3 or 4 for the Archers. We have a band of Knights in for Bishop Luers, and a quiver of Archers into the game. Come on, fans, let them know you're here. That substitution brought to you by Wings, etc. The owner of Wings, etc. is in the house tonight, and Ed and his wife are just such great people and good community supporters, so we appreciate them being here as well. With a name like Szerzynski, it's always a little daunting as an announcer. Well, the Archers are going to try to play. No offsides called, and here comes number 6, Flores, shoots and scores! Juan Flores with the south side goal at 9:03 of the second half. Just a nice hustle by Flores, and I'm thinking that's his first goal of the season. So it's 4-1 here in the second half with just 9:03 left in this game. So the Knights are down and needing some offense in a hurry. Again, they've kept the goal score for the Knights, Hipshkin, to only 1 goal today. Archers seem to be playing with quite a lot of passion and aggressiveness tonight after starting the young season 1-4-1, where the Knights are 2-1-1. Nice defense and aggressive play by number 10, Hughes, to take it away from the Archer, but the Archer is going to get it back. Another new mystery number for us, number 26. Must be another reserve player that's getting an opportunity tonight for Eddie Palmer's team. Archers bring it into the middle. Gio Maldonado tries to get it up to Edo and just goes past. Edo's a little disappointed with himself because he knew he had a break. Number 20, Adam Veldman, in for the Knights, as well as number 17, William Huth. Jackson Sir gets his head on it. Back to Hipshkin. Nice footwork, being chased down by one of the Archers' top defenders, Ben Macias, who finally gets it, tries to get it away, and he does. And 2 players are going to go down right in front of the official. And the ball is going to, free kick's going to be given to the Archers with 7:02 left here in the ball game. Again, thank you for joining us. And we want to thank our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, for their partnership in providing these broadcasts for you. Throughout the week, we not only broadcast soccer and volleyball, some golf highlights, but also on Friday night, when we have Friday Night Lights with the football teams in the SAC going at it. This week I'll be at Northrop with Carroll, and my colleagues will be covering the other SAC competitions throughout the city. We truly are blessed to have SummitCitySports.com, and the official is going to call a yellow card. I'm not exactly sure who it is on. We'll see here momentarily as to see which player heads to the bench. And a red card now has been called on number 7, Benny Connet. Started out with a yellow card, must have said something to the official, and so he's going to be asked to leave the pitch immediately. Coach John Myers is going to come out asking for an explanation as to why his player has been taken out of the game. That's the second red card of this match. Meanwhile, the goalie, Dakota Etz, is down on the field. I'm not sure if he's hurt or if he's just resting. The Parkview Sports Medicine trainer, Josh, who's with us tonight, he is going to go check on Dakota Etz and make sure that he is okay. While they administer some attention to Parkview Sports Medicine, or excuse me, to the goalie, we once again want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine. They're a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Don't forget, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like us on our Facebook page, or subscribe to our YouTube channel at SummitCitySports.com. Dakota Etz is now up. That's the good news for the Bishop Luers Knights. Substitution for the Knights. Number 8, John Podge. Not exactly sure. Oh, it's a corner kick for the Archers, and they are going to center it, and right there, it's going to go in. And Southside Archer goal. If the player would acknowledge himself, number 15, Gio Maldonado. He kicked it from so far out. At the 6-minute mark, it was hard for me to see who it was, and that's going to put the Archers up at the 6-minute mark, 5-1. Quite the shellacking that I did not expect. But good for Eddie Palmer and his team to have a little offensive explosion after not really scoring that many goals this year. But the Knights haven't given up. The Archers goalie is able to kick it away. Again, we have a backup goalie. It's probably not even a backup goalie as much as the third stringer. Jorge Ortega is in. And the Archers are going to be called for offsides. The main official does not see it, and but there's not going to be a goal. Little confusion. I think they actually are going to count that score. Southside goal. Once again, if the Archer who scored that could identify himself, please. There's some confusion between the officials. The official has actually kicked a fan out of the match here. And again, apologize for the confusion, fans. Not quite sure if the goal's going to count or if they're going to say that it's offsides. So at 5:14 of this match, I don't know. I think he's going to allow the score to count. Now 6-1 with 5:14. I saw an offside flag, but I think the main official was saying that the ball was tipped. So score is going to count for the Archers, and they're now up 6-1 here at Southside Archer Park. Jacob Donlin, freshman, enters the contest for the Knights. So with 4:22 left, 6-1 in favor of the Archers. And once again, Juan Flores is going to kick it and score. That score, his second of the game, number 6, Juan Flores. Now 7-1 with 4:11 left in this match, and kind of an interesting night in watching this game with one player from each side given a red card and one fan tossed out of the match as well. So with 3:59 left, the Archers are leading 7-1. Out to touch will be the Archers. Edo throws it in over to number 8, Buendia. Another stop, and the Archer is going to be called offsides. So the Knights will kick it the other way with 3:30 left in this match. Archer defense picks it back to the goalie, Ortega. Ortega to the far side. They're going to get it up to up to Buendia. And Buendia and number 2, Ball, have a little elbow. So going to be a foul called on the Archers with 2:36 left in this match. The Knights kick it into the zone, but the Archers quickly kick it out and go the other way. Up on the right-hand side to number 18, Donlin. Donlin shoots and scores! Bishop Luers, goal! I believe that was Donlin. And there's 2:07 left. So now with 2:05 left in the game, and I apologize, sometimes I cannot see those numbers or who scored. Hopefully you can see those and give credit to those players. I apologize. Now 1:41 left in the match. Marquez, and it's out to touch with 1:29 left. Edo tries to get it over to Sir. Sir on the left-hand side loses it back to the Archer defense, and Elvis Alchoa is going to try to boot it out and kind of whiffs, but the Archers still regain possession. Nice turnaround here by number 29, Edo. It goes back, though, to the Knights, and then it's the Knights going to try to keep it, but they lose it, and Czar comes on over now to number 12, Ethan Maston. Maston's brother, Trey, was a Southside Archer basketball star, now playing at Wheaton College. Just 18 seconds left in the match. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to the Southside Archers on tonight's victory, taking them to 2-4-1. The Bishop Luers Knights will fall to 2-2-1. Fans, we thank you for coming out and supporting your team, whether it be the Knights or the Archers. We appreciate you being here for tonight's action. We ask that you please drive carefully. Tune in to SummitCitySports.com if you'd like to see this game again. We thank you again for being here this evening. Please drive carefully. Well, fans, while the Archers won that game, definitely had some moments there. Both teams are shaking each other's hands, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight. So, again, if you get a chance, thank our sponsors, SummitCitySports.com. That's who this is provided to you by, but also our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine, as well as Sports Center for all your embroidery and all of your T-shirts and sports equipment needs. Again, on behalf of David Mortensen, our videographer, I'm Michael Mortensen. After a long evening at Southside Archer Park, we thank you for being here tonight with us through this broadcast. We'll see you again around the pitch. Good night. Here we are with Juan Flores Jr. for the Archers, and a big win for the Archers tonight, 7-2 over your rivals, Bishop Luers Knights. Juan, you get 2 goals, first time in a game for you. How does that feel?
It feels great, making 2 goals. My first 2 goals in high school. I beat the defense. I have quick feet, and it just feels amazing. It feels good.
So not only did you score your first goal in high school, but you decided that 1 wasn't enough. You had to get 2. Is that right?
That's correct.
Who would you credit for giving you the ball or putting the ball right where you needed it so you could score those 2 goals?
Sar helped me out a lot, and Alejandro plays really good balls.
Great. Well, congratulations on not only your first but also your second goal in your high school career, and we wish you the best in the rest of the way. Congratulations. Here we have one of the stars for the Archers, and at the beginning of the game, you had no idea you would be in goal, but due to a red card, you were pressed into service, and the first thing you had to do was stop the penalty shot. What are your thoughts when the Luers Knight came in on you?
Well, I took my friend Abe's advice. Like he said before, you look deeply into his eyes, and you just take your chances.
Sure. You only let in 1 goal. What defensive players helped you out tonight in keeping that the Knights just to 2 goals?
Oh, definitely. It had to be Alan Marquez. Yeah, he's a really very defensive player. He plays all around. He's fast.
Great. Well, we congratulate you on just a remarkable game, and what a way to come into the game to stop that PK. And congratulations and best wishes to you the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Yep. Good night. Us from the head coach of Luers, giving us some time. Coach, tough loss tonight. What do you say?
Well, I think it was a little bit of a combination of playing in the Carroll Classic over the weekend and playing against 3 pretty good teams out there, and I think it caught up with us with our legs tonight. But we had some other problems out there. We were working hard there for a little bit in the end of the first half, and then we got a little bit more momentum back in the second half. But was struggling with size and their speed. They came out playing well tonight. I know the coach talked about he changed his formation up tonight, and it was more of an attack formation. And he's got some skillful players, and we paid for it tonight. They were. It's been a while since Luers lost to him, but they deserve a win tonight. He played real well.
Coach, any other thoughts on tonight's game? Any positives or thoughts that you might have?
Yeah, we're a young team this year. We knew going into the year. I lost a couple of really nice players to Southside at the end of the year last year, and they were some of my starters. We just returned one really starter this year, so we're young. We usually have to sub a couple of freshmen starting out, but we're really focused on the end of the year and getting better by the end of the year.
Great. Well, again, thanks, Coach, for your time. Best wishes the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Coach, has to be a very satisfying win tonight. Luers is one of those teams that we haven't had a lot of success with over the years. What was different tonight for the Archers?
For us, we are finally clicking into a system that is very productive, and as you can see, it will produce a lot of goals. Sometimes it'll let a lot in, but the thing is, we're just working right now to find who's our finisher, who's our leader, and again, a lot of guys are stepping up in a big way. We've got a sophomore scoring tonight, a sophomore getting an assist tonight, junior with the most goals tonight, Juan Flores too, and then 6 unique scorers total. So it's really nice to get that win. And again, Luers, it is a battle every year. It's last year somehow we tied in the SAC, which is not supposed to happen, but tied, so it's kind of like a postponed win this year. So it felt really good. I'm really happy with the team, and we'll just keep looking to improve.
What would you say about Ortega? Comes in totally cold and has to face a penalty shot as his first action of the game. What do you say about your goalkeeper tonight?
George will do anything I ask. He's one of the most team-oriented guys I've ever seen. It's, hey, can you go play this tonight? Can you do this tonight? And as you see, can you go step in goal tonight and block a PK? And it's sure. It's never even. He just does his job and he enjoys the game, and it's really nice to see that come through. Where a guy just he wants to play for the team and he wants to do his best, and he does his job, and that's anywhere on the field, and it's great. I mean, even when he's over on the bench, he's constructively cheering and making sure that the mood is up, and we're doing what we can on the field as a team.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on tonight's win. I know it's always extra special in this Calhoun corridor match, and we wish you the best the rest of the season.